The truth.
Hello again and welcome back. It's me, Audie, with Middle-earth Mentors. And we're continuing the series. Today we're doing Guardians. Alright, that was a good intro. Same disclaimers as every time. This is not a class guide. You're not going to learn how to play Guardian from this video. This is just to show you what they look like if you're picking a new class and don't know what you want. Classwork is constantly ongoing in this game, so this information is accurate as of, I don't know, August 2020 or something. Yeah, that's what month we're in, August. And same as every other time, when picking a new class, or as a new player, the most important thing when you're choosing a class is to know your role. Because you will be expected to play this in a raid. No exceptions. No excuses. If you're a soloer, it doesn't matter worth a shit. Pick whatever you want. This is just for grouping. But yeah, know your role. Seriously. Guardian. Tank class. I'll say it again. Tank class. Okay. Is that clear? Now, after I said that, I'm going to say something that's totally opposite. Currently, Guardians are in kind of a interesting spot right now. So, they are the only class in this game that when you scroll through them and pick one, says role defense. They are supposed to be the #1 tanks in this game. Their role is tanking. That is their bread and butter. They are built around that. Unfortunately, currently, August 2020, they are not the top tanks in the game. That role right now is being filled by yellow captains. And the reason that is a problem is because the Guardians are main tanks. That's all they do. So if their tanking capabilities are not as good as the captains, they don't currently have a role. So in a raid, currently, as of this video, you do not really have a role as a Guardian. You can... Now, that said, I'm talking specifically about endgame. Leveling and doing 6-mans and 3-mans and stuff, absolutely you can main tank as a guard. They're still good main tanks. They're not awful. However, at endgame, the role is better fulfilled by a captain, and no one will take a Guardian over a captain currently at the end game raid. So that is really shitty. I expect that to change just because this class has no other role. So if it's not tanking, what is it doing? It's not. So they are aware, they are doing class work. This will see some improvements, I'm sure. However, when, I don't know. At this time, like I said, the Guardian's kind of in a weird place, so keep that in mind if you're picking one. But, like I said, leveling all the way, you're totally fine. And they can still absolutely tank in a raid. It doesn't mean they can't, it just means somebody currently is doing it better. As well, you can often be used as the off-tank, and many raids still need 2 tanks. Like, for example, Throne still requires 2 tanks, and that can be easily fulfilled by a Guardian. So you're not totally jobless. You're just unfortunately not in your core role, which is top tank right now, which is kind of depressing. But anyways, I'll leave that there. Guardians are a great class for somebody new to the game. They are a basic class. They are melee heavy armor, obviously. They're supposed to be the main tanks, so they're going to be very defense oriented. You can see here he's got a big motherfucking shield. He's wearing heavy armor. Big ass sword. These are the beasts, usually. Now they do have quite an array of weapons available to them, and you don't always have to use a shield. So you have access to daggers, of course, one-handed axes, clubs, hammers, maces, swords, and a spear. And also you can use a two-handed weapon, in which case you could use axe, club, hammer, sword for two-hander. And they do use a bow and a crossbow, very similar to the champ in the way that you don't do damage with it. It's just sort of a ranged pull, basically. And obviously a shield. You use a heavy shield, you're the shield class. Guardians do not dual wield, meaning you cannot replace your shield with another weapon. So you can't have a sword in one hand and an axe in the other hand. You'll always either be a sword and a shield, or whatever and a shield, or a big two-handed weapon, so a big two-handed axe or whatever. So those are your options. So we will get into the game. I will log into mine and show you, just same as all the other ones, just kind of what the animations look like. Do not expect to learn how to play the class here. Or skill rotation. Don't watch my skill rotation. I'm just going to spam the things so you can see what they look like, and that's it. Guardians, like I said, they are supposed to fill the main tank role. They do, however, of course, like every class, have a DPS tree. Most people will level in DPS tree, or yellow is kind of a cool situational tanking with a two-handed weapon. It's a very unique line to the Guardian. Blue, of course, is your main tanking heavy tree. I'm not going to show you yellow line. I'm just going to show you a few animations from red, and then I guess blue. They're pretty similar. As well, I don't think I mentioned this in the champion video, but weapon swapping is a big thing for Guardians soloing, generally. Yeah, I was going to say, and for champs, but I didn't say that in the video, and that doesn't belong in this video, so we'll just skip that bit. So yeah, generally, of course, if you're in DPS tree, you want to use a two-hander as a weapon, because that's where your DPS comes from. Now, because you are a tank class, your damage is low. It's probably the second lowest in the game, the lowest being the captain. So don't expect to go out there and blast things in one hit, okay? You can take 15 mobs at a time and not die, but you're not going to kill them all in one breath. So that's sort of where the guard stands. Melee, of course. And, let's see. That's about it. You have this unique capability where even if you're in red, as I am right now, which is your damage tree, let's say you're fighting a mob with your two-handed weapon, as you can see I'm wearing right now. I have a two-handed sword on. And let's say I start to die, and I want a little more defense, but I still want to be in my DPS tree. I can switch to sword and shield mid-combat, as you can see here, and that automatically opens up shield skills that you do not have access to unless you have a shield equipped. So you can switch in combat, but keep in mind, if you go damage tree and damage weapon, it blocks out these shield skills that give you the booster defenses, and you don't get them. Alright, I'll shut up now, and you can watch all the fun. And you do have this really cool run speed thing. See? Whee! Now normally if you run into a mob and AoE attack it, it will stun them all in a big group, and it's really fun. Okay, now I'm shutting up. You have lots of shouts, of course. These are your taunts, being a tank. Okay, and now I will switch to my sword and shield. That will open up some shield attacks. Now you can see here, he's using a shield. Alright. Okay, you can stop now. That's it for Red Tree. You can see, just like the champ, he also pulled out his bow at the end, which just, you basically just auto-attack with it if you're not in melee range. Does not much for damage. We will switch to blue. Don't expect a whole lot of difference in the blue animations. They are very similar. This is just where all your defense stuff comes in, obviously, because you're a tank. Alright, here we go. that's about it. As well as a Guardian, you do have a couple of cool skills that you can protect others with, so you put them on other players, which negates their damage and puts it on you. And also a really unique thing to the Guardian, something that's pretty cool. I'm just gonna... And this is totally unique to the Guardian. They have this acorn. Now, you can make these from anywhere in the world, so you craft one, and what it is you send it to somebody in the mail or however you would like, and if they use it, it summons you to them. So if they're in a squishy place and they're like, I can't get out, I need a Guardian to come protect me and save me, they can use your acorn and summon you, and you come and save the day because you're a big Guardian with all your toughness. Okay, that's it. That's the Guardian in a nutshell. They should be getting some improvements soon, but they are absolutely not subpar as far as leveling or anything like that. You have 0 issues on the landscape and can basically solo things that most others cannot. So if that sounds like something you would like to do, then try out a Guardian, and I'll see you guys in the next video.